Hey. The handsome chief is back in the house. Good morning, everybody. Hockey's back. The Winnipeg Jets are back. Yeah, and I'm dragging my ass this morning. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and Friends, your live morning show built for men who want real talk. Oh, yeah. Motivating content. Oh, yeah. An entertaining conversation to start their day. Nation, some reminders before we get rolling. The quick checklist on the table. I got an invitation for you. Hit it, like it, subscribe it, drop a comment if you're part of the morning crew. We're here to wish everybody a good morning. I see Bozier out there. I see Sullivan out there. I think Good Time's out there. I know Bernard, the resident beekeeper's out there. We got Neiman, our resident producer, the director of Word. Yeah, the keeper of Sterling and Preston and Pitcher. We got Melissa out there in the comments. We got Jimmy on the buttons. And guys, a reminder, this is an R-rated show, so if the kids are nearby, it's headphone time. And hey, don't hit the snooze button. You're going to be 9 minutes behind. So I didn't hit the snooze button today, but I reprogrammed my sleep schedule today. I grabbed an extra 30. Yep, true story. So don't tell John, because I might have shifted up my cadence. Yeah, because I was in bed 30 or late. Well, I was in bed 90 later last night, but I shifted a little later today. So hey, you know what we are? We're your daily accountability partner. The place where discipline meets laughter. We're free. All you got to do is get up and get after it and join us every single morning here in the lab. Guys, coming up here today, current events, researchers are saying a new prostate cancer drug. I know our audience is all about that. Yep, that's a true story. Huge win for men's health. Reminder that staying proactive beats staying scared. And in the tech world, Elon says XAI is about to drop a Wikipedia rival within 2 weeks. And guys, yep. Snack debate, almonds versus walnuts. Wow, hey, we're going to get to that one. The $3 secret weapon for organizing your whole house on center stage. We got Alana Tart. Yes. One of our favorite guests joining us in the show here today to talk about what happens when men listen to women. What? Yep. Another true story. So we're going to unpack the hidden advantage of real communication in business and love. And hey, guys, maybe if you listen to your wife this weekend, you might get some life expectancy work in. Yep. There we go. Hour 2. We're going to go to work. We're going to break down the exact system that turns someday goals into next month's results. Later in the show, we're going to throw back 12 household items. Yes. That I know many of you guys don't even see around anymore. Morning Focus, talking hustle culture. Community Corner, we're going to jump into YouTube, LinkedIn, and Substack with our own Maya Reyes. We're going to see what's shaking out there in the world of LinkedIn, Substack, and YouTube. So, Nation, I got an invitation for you. Grab the coffee, check the mindset, lock in, because this morning it's not about what you plan to do, it's what you actually going to do. And you know what? It all starts with the morning loop, because it starts right now.
Welcome back to the Lab Nation, where we're emotionally evolved and always on time to get after it.
Well, most of us are on time.
Jon, were you secretly shopping for my special bathwater this week? Dude had a dream about me telling him about you, Sterling.
Well, you know what they say about projection.
Boys, you brought this on yourselves. Even Rahima agrees the two of you wanting a puppy was, let's say, trigger happy.
That's it. I'm invoking the official lab policy. Look, all I'm saying is maybe we just take a step back and think this through.
Think it through? We've been thinking, Sterling. It's time to act.
Are you sure? Once it's out there, you can't take it back. I'm sure.
Wait, what's the official lab policy?
Blame it on Jimmy.
Ugh.
Happy Friday, Nation! Let's get this show rolling.
What the hell did I sign up for?
I love it. Maya, you have no idea what you signed up for. And I know Sophia Grant doesn't either. Yeah, Sophia's going to be doing some work with us in the coming days and weeks, working on our center stage segment. It is official now. Every problem that happens in the lab, we blame it on Jimmy. So thank you, Sterling. Thank you, Preston. Thank you, Maya, for setting it up. Hey, guys, you guys can join the show with us live right now or in the Mornings in the Lab community. You know where it is. To join the show in the second hour, we're turning the phones on, 431-300-3005. Phone, text, or leave a voicemail. Come say hi in the comments. The vertical stream's active. The horizontal stream is active as well. We got Matty Roof out there with Shaken Brother. If you guys are in Sora, you will see that Matt was busy this morning in New York City. Yep, he was helping some folks cross. Well, he just was being a kind man. He actually was. Yeah, he was had a couple of elderly folks who were struggling to get across the road, and I happened to be there. And as I was watching Matt, I decided to assist him. Well, some knob jumped out of the fucking helicopter. True story. Fucking rappelled down a wire, jumped on Roofy's head, all over the ground. Man, just these elderly people are struggling. But the good news is, Roofy saved the day. So go check out Matt Roof's show. Kindness Rising, 7:30 Eastern time. He's a kind guy. Yep, exactly. And, out of the blue sometimes you just have people. Listen, you got to look up. In a world with AI, you have to look up because you never know what's coming from up. True story. All right. We got Marty joining us here this morning. We sure do. We got Johnny joining us as well. And to those of us that are not watching the show live, where the hell are you? Come check in 8 o'clock Eastern time right here on the big show. Mornings in the Lab. Keith, Jon, and friends. And, of course, 7:30 Eastern time, you can hang out with Matt Roof. Kindness Rising. All right, Jim, I think hey, listen, before we pull Marty in, let's bring Marty in here. Guys, all my Sora friends, I want to show some thanks up to Richie, Good Time, who are using Uncle Keith's head. Yes, use his head. Put it out there. Let's spread the good word of the Mornings in the Lab madness. And if you look around New York City, you might see the handsome chief with a nun and a bikini girl climbing up certain objects like bridges and billboards. So, hey, look up in the sky for the bikini girl, the nun, and handsome chief. They might surprise you in your neighborhood. All right, Jim. Go. There's my brother from Marty. Man. I got a joke with you, brother.
What's up, man?
I didn't know you were in Winnipeg last night reffing the hockey game.
Oh, is that right?
Dude, I got to be honest, man. I've never in my lifetime in Winnipeg, I think last night was probably historical. There was a black referee reffing the game last night.
Let's see the video.
What, so I can prove it to you?
Well, I thought you were going to pull up like a Sora thing.
Oh, I do have a Sora thing. I will pull up a video and show you. But yeah, so I'm being really honest. So the game starts and listen, growing up with the support, obviously it's a very white sport, right? Let's just be frank, right? So, to go to the game yesterday and I'm like, oh my God. So at a hockey game, there's two refs and there's two refs and two linesmen. And I was like, oh, look at that. There's the actual guy, the boss of the game. I was like, oh, there's Marty on the ice. And I was obviously with Love out there with you, but I was like, holy fuck. And even my dad noticed. My 82-year-old dad is like, hey, look at that. And I'm like, I know, and I'm happy because it's there have been black linesmen, but never a black referee. And I'm telling you, brother, because it's like the first time there was a black coach in the NFL or a black quarterback. And I hate that I'm using color around it, but the reality is, Marty, it's just reality, and that's just what it was. So I'm just telling you, man.
Yeah, that's a first, man. But I've seen black players, so the refs is coming soon at some point.
Well, dude, it's about fucking time, actually.
It's
like I was
time,
like,
exactly.
Like, no, like it's actually. In some ways, it's ridiculous that I'm having this conversation with you, but it's also mirrors the reality of, okay, look, there's actually a dude there that should be there on the ice. That's more what it was. So it's like, okay, there's actually somebody that should be on the ice, right? So speaking of this, I got something to throw on the table with you as we segue. What did you think of the announcement last night that there's going to be some alternative programming during the Super Bowl because there is a bunch of folks pissed off that Bad Bunny is headlining the Super Bowl?
What's the alternative programming going to be?
I don't know, but it's from Turning Point, the old Charlie Kirk business. They're launching. It's called America's Super Bowl Halftime.
This is real?
True story. Yeah, true motherfucking story because they don't like.
This is in affiliation with the Super Bowl, or this is separate from the Super Bowl?
So Super Bowl, Jay-Z, Rock Nation, right over here. Mm-hmm. We're doing Bad Bunny. We're doing Super Bowl entertainment. Mm-hmm. And Johnny, I got you, brother. We got you here, brother. I see you there. And what's up, Anderson?
I'll say, tell Jimmy to stop sleeping at the wheel, baby.
and then Marty, so because there's as we know, there's 100 people in the U.S. and 50 of them don't like the other 50, right? So 50 of them were like, yeah, we like this Super Bowl person who's headlining, Bad Bunny. And the other 50 are like, no, we don't like that guy. We want to get our own guy. So they're going to have their own Super Bowl programming for all the folks that don't want to watch that one over there.
Okay. I mean, it's two sides to it, man. You know.
Oh, I know.
That's humans, isn't it, Mark? That's just the way humans work.
Me personally, I wouldn't be up in arms about it. You know, if I don't want my kids to watch it, I just wouldn't let my kids watch it. You know, that's
dude, what, dude?
It's that simple, man.
Yeah, exactly correct, Marty. God, it's so correct. You know, when it comes down to it, I hate to say it, people just bitch to be heard.
Oh, 100%.
Why don't you do something rather than bitch? I would say, look, are you going to sit here on your chair and you bitch? You're going to get up and do something about it.
It's, it's so incredible to hear you say it because it's so obvious, but the energy that most of us put into the negative side of life, you said it so much, Anderson, right? If we took that same energy, put half of it towards positive, man, what would transform?
Dude, and the thing about it is all of the shit that people bitch about, if they looked at it, there's a silver lining in there.
Absolutely. Yes.
I mean, everything is good. That's one of the things I was writing today. You know, it's like, I mean, shit, in the last couple of weeks, I've had a lot of challenges, and these challenges have turned out to be the most fucking amazing things because my growth in these challenging things have just been like over the top.
You know what? Hold on. You said something because I want to lean into what you said. Just hang on it for 4 seconds for everybody to hear. Everything is good.
Yes, baby. Yes.
That's it. There's like anybody listening right now on their live, like that's it. Like, okay, maybe
turn it off.
Yeah.
Where do we don't go any further. The show's over.
Yeah. Everything is good. No, but you're right though, John, because at the end of the day, if you can just find a moment of gratitude, like when something Jory Jansma was here, like the moment, right? Because your life right now is gonna have 1,000 moments. Right now, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, and I was just going to add, man, this is an American issue. I guess a Canadian issue too.
100%.
But like if someone has a different belief than you, oh fucking well, you know, you stop trying to force people to believe the same thing you believe.
I did like something. Hold on one second, Anderson. One thing I did enjoy. I saw a conversation between Rogan and Dwayne Johnson, and they were joking about how, because John, I think you can relate to this. Back when you and I grew up, that if you had a friend who wore different colored underwear than you do, everything was going to be fine. It's like, okay, well, I see, okay, whatever. But now there seems to be this shift where there's this unbelievable, undeniable belief that if you have a blue pair of underwear and I'm red, like you are vehemently wrong. You're a villain. You're a bad guy. My kid can't hang out with your kid. And it's like there's this wall that's happened, eh? It's incredible, actually.
It's like the underoos.
It's both sides.
Just because my underoos are fucking Superman, yours is Batman, doesn't mean we can't be friends.
Exactly. You're right,
Marty. Because both pair of underwear got shit stains in them.
Yeah. Yes. And it was funny because it's a funny clip with Rogan and Biden because, Dwayne's laughing about, good morning, Lauren. Good morning, baby. Good lift this morning. They were laughing about how Dwayne's like, yeah, I got a bunch of friends that are Biden fans. And Rogan's like, really? You're like, well, no, not really. But the reality was that, to John's point, both parties wear colored underwear that have shit stains on them. So,
but that's thank you. And a little bit off topic, but I had a situation where I make controversial content.
No,
so I said personal trainers shouldn't be fat. That's my opinion, and I'm not as a fitness coach. I'm not going to let myself get fat. To sum up,
but you demonstrate your point, brother. So you're not fat saying, "Hey, a fitness trainer shouldn't be fat," and you're fat. You're living it.
Exactly. So someone got offended by that. They contacted the gym where I rent space, where I run my business, and tried to get me thrown out of there.
Are you kidding?
And it's like, bro, if you think personal trainers can be fat, just live in your, live that out in your life. You don't have to try to mess up.
Probably another fat trainer that tried to get you.
Of course it was. No fit trainer is going to be mad at that.
Morning, good time. See you out there.
So it's just a prime example. We do have an issue in America with that. So I thought that was ridiculous.
Dude, the rest of the world, like when we used to travel, like first time I was going to Europe as traveling with the crew and the strength. They're like, look, just you understand, everybody over here thinks that we're fucking crybabies. So be ready for it. They all think that so just don't bitch about anything, because you complain about one thing and we won't hear the rest of it for fucking the whole week.
Oh man.
Well, it's because it's the truth. Americans go over there, it's like there's something wrong with everything. You order fucking meat. Oh, this is wrong. That's wrong. And over there, they're just like, you know what? Everything's going to be okay.
Take it in stride. Yeah. Taking it absolutely in stride. Hey, I do want to say this though, because this has, well, I guess it has indirect impact on us, but it has indirect impact on a positive, I think, feelings way. I think globally, and again, this is not our show, but I just don't want to address it. As a human being, I'm pleased that there might be a glimmer of hope, of peace across the pond in the Middle East. And I'll say that because maybe for the first time, Jon, I was talking with my dad last night. Jon, since you and I've been alive, brother, good times since us have been alive, there has never been kind of this, we've had a hard time having this conversation that there's maybe some glimmer of hope over there for some folks, right? And again, putting all politics aside, just very much peace. And maybe there might be some emerging, which makes me happy as a human being. I'll leave that there. You know what I'm saying, brother?
And we've been lucky because our life, we haven't lived like, you start moving back generations.
Yes.
Like our parents lived through World War II.
Yes.
You go back in generations, most of those generations got hit with something nasty. We've been our generation has been pretty damn smooth sailing.
Agreed. So I just wanted to address that because it makes me feel quite positive. All right. Sterling, Preston, few minutes.
Hey, boys. How are you this morning?
What do we got on the conversation desk this morning?
So Keith likes to get ahead of us, so you might have heard some of these topics already.
But whatever happens, blame it on Jimmy.
We're doing the ultimate showdown, almonds versus walnuts.
Yeah. Whichever one keeps Jon off the crapper during the show, that's the winner.
There's a $3 secret weapon helping guys get their homes and lives organized.
$3 well spent if it actually sticks.
Then there's this one. What actually happens when men listen to women?
Yeah. Alana Tart joins us for that one.
And we've got 12 things every house in the 1980s had that you just don't see anymore. We're also breaking how to finish strong and set better goals. And we're going there. Is hustle culture dead or growing up?
Depends who you ask, eh?
We're also covering a major medical headline, a new prostate cancer drug showing real promise in slowing advanced disease. And Elon's back at it. XAI says they're launching their own Wikipedia rival in the next 2 weeks.
That's what's coming up this morning inside the lab.
Yes.
Keith, Jon, the floor is yours.
Making his way to the ring, descending from the skies, the man known as Mornings in the Lab.
This ends tonight, Keith. You can't outrun yourself. I'm still you. Then I'm about to beat.
The real quick, funny side note, did Marty, you were here yesterday. The gay boys tried to turn on me yesterday, but I put them in their place. Do you remember exactly what it was, Keith? I don't remember.
I don't remember either, actually.
They tried to turn. Melissa had a script, and they were coming at me, and I flipped it on so hard.
It's been pretty funny, man.
I got one request for Melissa.
Yes,
I want to hear some more opinions from the gay boys.
Yeah, so I
don't want to just hear the reports. I want to hear some opinions.
I love it,
man.
Marty. Let's go.
Marty,
I just gotta say, great fucking job jumping on board. Now it's at least two of us referred to our brothers as the gay boys. Yeah.
So Marty, I'm with you there. I've continued to encourage Melissa to open the gates and have fun. Right. So Marty, you got full support from the handsome chief to continue to bring the opinions out with Sterling and Preston and Pitcher.
Sounds good. Looking forward to it, Melissa. You got all weekend.
Hey, so first of all, guys, so our audience thinks about what I'm going to talk about next. Marty, you not necessarily too much just yet, but around the corner you're going to be, which is that, and again, I'm going to talk drugs, cancer drugs. There's some new drugs around the corner, Johnny, that might help men reduce perhaps prostate cancer by 42%.
That's killer because I think it's 7 in 10 get it. No?
Yeah. So
on that level, just a little hack for people.
Please.
Right. So, as we get older, I mean, like I go through it, where it's like Marty, get ready, you'll have this at some point. You're taking a piss and it just doesn't come out quite as easily sometimes. Like I notice if in the middle of the night, it's like that shit's just trickling. So there's a certain amount of Cialis that you can take that will actually help I guess you would say reduce the swelling, because like when I take at least 30 milligrams, at least sometimes 40, it's my stream of pee is much more generous in the middle of the night.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I will say this. So Jon, you and I
and real quick, Totafil is the name of the generic brand.
Yeah.
Because Cialis is fucking expensive.
Yeah. It's interesting to hear you say this, Anderson, because again, I pride ourselves in talking about conversations that others don't have. And men don't talk about what happens when they go to bed in the middle of the night, man. The peeing we have to go through as we get older, Johnny. Isn't it true, right? Like, it's actually true. You hit, Marty, I'm telling you, when you hit your 50s, you're like, what the fuck happened? You're like, okay, I got to go for it. It's true.
Well, I've been peeing in the middle of the night almost my whole life because
of all the water you drink. Yeah.
But
that's what I'm gonna say.
But it gets as all of a sudden the difference between 33 and 53.
Yeah,
it comes out half speed.
Yeah. Yes. It's true.
I was gonna say I'm up at least twice a night.
But it's because you're hydrating, brother. Don't. I was the same way. People telling me when I was in my people tell my 20, oh my God, you've already got a prostate problem. No, I drink X amount of water. How much water do you drink?
Yeah. Well, on Roof, he calls it Matt's like, I call it the Midnight Trickle. Yeah, true story.
Yeah. So literally 30 for me. I noticed anything north of 30 milligrams of Totafil or Cialis, whatever you want to call it, makes a difference. 20 to it's different for everybody. Like a lot of my clients I help with, and we kind of just start titrating up, and at some point, all of a sudden, it just makes it a little easier, and that's what freaks people out. They're afraid, oh my God, it's that not knowing. But when you can do something to kind of ease it a little bit,
Yeah. So this is fascinating. So this is the first major breakthrough in prostate cancer treatment in over 10 years. And so they're working on this. So, don't take anything I'm saying to the bank here, but they are doing some work on this potential new prostate drug that is showing a 42% reduction in disease progression, which obviously is positive for much of us.
That's the interesting part. I'm interested to find out about.
Yeah, absolutely. So here's something interesting too. So since we've added a dog to the lab, scientists led by Dr. Kenny.
You made a puppy.
A puppy. Oh, yes. Jon, is it going to be? So because we live in the world of AI now, it could actually be a puppy forever.
Yeah, very good point.
So they've trained AI system to analyze and decode dog vocalizations, Jon. So now we actually, because I know you're a big dog lover like I am, we can identify distinct syllables where we can actually communicate with our dogs and animals.
Dude, it's crazy you say that, because I was I've really been digging learning more about my animals and their sounds. And so I've been watching a lot of these shorts.
Yeah.
He calls himself the dog whisperer.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And he was just explaining how when you hear a dog that gets riled up,
when you
get into kind of a screeching sound, that's when they're panicked. So you just got to let that part of their bark go away, because they're not thinking clearly.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's like a real high pitch. And he actually showed a bunch of the sounds, and you can pretty clearly hear it, almost like a person that's yelling or screaming. You know what I mean? Like the scream is panic.
Yeah. That's awesome. Hey guys, we got Alana Tart joining us on the show here this morning. You guys remember Alana? She's been on the show this a couple once, maybe twice actually. She is joining us today to join a conversation in a few minutes, boys. What happens, Jon? You're gonna love this one, man. Marty, it's a teaching lesson for you, brother. What happens when men listen to women? Life, love, and success. Alana Tart's going to join the conversation coming up. And Jon, you'll remember when she joins us here in a few moments. So, hey, Anderson, did you get a chance to connect with Craig yesterday? Just keeping it cryptic.
I did.
Oh, good.
I did. Yeah, we had a fun conmotivation. Yeah, I think, I planted some seeds.
Good.
And he seemed motivated and intrigued. I think, he's got all the tools. I was like, dude,
100%. Yeah.
I said, look, I help people do what you do.
Yes.
And if you tried to hire me, I would tell you, no, you don't need help.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Basically what you said to him in a roundabout way is the biggest challenge, the biggest obstacle you have is your own self right now. So I'm glad you had a chat. Thank you for doing that. Appreciate that.
Of course. Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think we'll stay in touch. We click pretty well.
Good. Yep. Solid dude. All right. Before we bring Alana in, one more thing, guys. And I'm going to lean into, so two things in the world of Elon. Maybe we'll just make the world of Elon a regular part of our show. So, so again, we all grew up with Wikipedia, right? Well, Marty,
Wikipedia, just so everybody knows, the information there is a little skewed.
Yes, because when Keith and Marty were bringing Anderson on the show, we had to go to Wikipedia and see whether it was real or not, and some of it wasn't real, Anderson.
I mean, you can get the gist.
Yes.
But a lot of times in the details, it's just not. Like they had they had a middle name for me that was a name. It was a middle name, but it was.
I remember.
It was because somebody made a video about me.
Yes.
It was called Jon Anderson Real.
Yes.
So they thought fucking real was part of my name.
I thought so. When we first brought you on, for the longest time, Anderson, I remember thinking it's like, okay, his name's Jon Anderson Real. Where Anderson
fucking crazy, dude.
So fucking crazy, actually. But hey, so two things. I know we've been talking a lot about Sora lately because I'm in love with Sora. Sora is a fun platform to play with. Marty, I put myself on the screen last night at the Jets game to announce who won the game at the end of the game. It was awesome, actually. But more importantly, yeah, Johnny?
One of my morning tasks in my filming is to do a series of like pivots and video and pictures to give to my guy because he's creating.
Okay, good. Well, for Sora, you just got to take a video of your head. Sora will take you 2 seconds. You got to count numbers and you're done. That's it.
Oh, well, I don't know what he's doing, but he's.
Yeah, so let me know if I can help you with that because I want to see, because dudes, we're going to have a lot of fun out there, man. So today there was a scene on Sora where Matt Roof was walking some elderly ladies across the sidewalk in New York City. And out of the blue, well, here it is right here. It's just so fucking ridiculous and fun at the same time. Alana, I see you twice in the vertical stream, Alana, so I got to get you to the horizontal stream, the vertical stream. But I was going to say this. Guys, there's a lot of talk with Sora and other platforms. Grok is incredible too. So I know we're talking Wikipedia. So XAI, John, XAI is launching Grokopedia to basically rival Wikipedia. So using its own version of knowledge, and so perhaps people can,
that's cool, man.
It is. Cool. Absolutely. It is. Yeah, absolutely. But it's just that whole adage of don't bet against Elon, right? And Grok is pretty incredible, man. Grok is a very, very interesting image machine. And one more thing I'll throw to you guys on the tech side of things. Remember a few months ago, I told you guys about this company out of Arizona, California, a guy named Brett Adcock launching a robot company. And John, you said, yes, I'm paying attention because Terry's saying we got to buy a robot. Well, yesterday, they launched Figure 3. They're pretty much their first consumer product. You and Terry actually could buy one. Figure 3. It's available, I believe, for home duties, laundry. I don't know. I honestly just was released yesterday, so I don't know if they have retail pricing.
The one we looked into, it was 30 grand.
Yeah, I think they're talking around that price point, or it was 16 or 30 grand, something like that. But yeah, it's their third version of it. So my point
they're gonna be cheaper soon.
100%. Yeah, 100%. And all you got to do is look across to Asia because there's robots all over the planet over there, man. Speaking of what's kind of neat too, so maybe you guys have seen this before, Marty. Maybe you have at games, but yesterday for the first time at the hockey game, they actually had a drone flying around the arena, which I thought was pretty neat. Different camera angles inside the arena. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, really, really cool. All right. Okay, so Jimmy, let's do this. Let's do a reset. Let's get Anderson out of here for a break, and then maybe Jimmy, do you want Anderson to stick around for this little reset? Jimmy, tell me what we're doing here, and then we'll do a center stage.
Hey, real quick before we jump, I just want to say it's fucking good to see my brothers on a Friday morning.
100%. Yeah, I agree.
I was hoping Marty was going to be here.
Yeah, so me too. Yeah, I think he sent me maybe a note last night, or was it this morning? You said you're going to be here today, or whatever it was. I knew you were coming today, which is really great.
Yeah,
so.
I had to let you know, man. Yesterday was just a busy day at the gym. I wouldn't make it here on time. So.
I get you. Cool, Jimmy. Let's want to run that opener. Let's show let's show Anderson that opener. And then we'll come back and we'll reset some conversations here, Jim.
Welcome back to the Lab Nation, where we're emotionally evolved and always on time to get after it.
Well, most of us are on time.
Jon, were you secretly shopping for my special bathwater this week? Dude had a dream about me telling him about you, Sterling.
Well, you know what they say about projection.
Boys, you brought this on yourselves. Even Rahima agrees the two of you wanting a puppy was, let's say, trigger happy.
That's it. I'm invoking the official lab policy. Look, all I'm saying is maybe we just take a step back and think this through.
Think it through? We've been thinking, Sterling. It's time to act.
Are you sure? Once it's out there, you can't take it back.
I'm sure.
Wait, what's the official lab policy?
Blame it on Jimmy.
Ugh.
Happy Friday, Nation! Let's get this show rolling.
What the hell did I sign up for?
What if the healthiest foods you eat are only giving you half the benefit you think they are? We're told to eat healthy fats and plant-based protein, but the advice is so generic it leaves us guessing. But the science shows that not all nuts are created equal. New evidence reveals that different nuts trigger entirely different metabolic responses, one for high performance output, another for deep recovery. It's time to move beyond just healthy and start being strategic. Your body will thank you.
Nuts. With Keith, Marty, and Jon here this morning at Morning's Lab with Keith, Jon, and friends. Hey, Marty, so, I threw this conversation on the table as much for our human experiment, Anderson, because he's the nut expert, but I want to talk about it with you before Johnny gets back. Do you like walnuts? Are you an almond guy? Are you a bit of both?
I like both, honestly. Yeah. I mean, I don't have a preference over, either one.
I'm a big fan of both. I'm certainly a big fan of both, but I will say that almonds versus walnuts, pick the nut that fits your goal. They're not just calories. The right nut can tilt your day towards better focus. And I put this on the table as much as to create some awareness for folks. And I know Jon's a big fan of almonds. He's like, I always have almonds. Jon, talk about walnuts.
Well, I will. But before I do that, I got to address the gay boys.
I know. I was waiting for you to.
Yeah. So listen, I'll be honest. I feel for you. I know you were praying for a big, handsome white dude to buy your bathwater and show up, but you got the scrawny little bastard, and that's where you ended up. Sorry, babe.
I'm gonna love clipping this up after.
Your prayers were only answered by half.
Only by half. There you go, Melissa. Only by half. Jon, walnuts or almonds? Somebody's going about it. So you're coaching somebody to I like almonds. I like walnuts more than almonds. You're saying go after the walnuts, or are you really encouraging somebody to push those almonds?
They're both great. The walnut actually is good for the brain. Something about the walnut's good for the brain.
Yeah.
But see, when I'm coaching for simplicity and efficiency.
Yes.
You can go just about anywhere and find these little tubes of almonds. If I was saying walnuts, are not as easy to locate.
I never thought about that point. You're right, actually.
Yeah.
Because almonds are readily available everywhere. And I hear what you're saying.
You can be in the shittiest fucking liquor store on the planet and you can find almonds. You're going to find walnuts in there.
I just picked up on something you said, though. Marty, listen to this. And we know Jon's all about simplicity, which I really love about it. But when he's coaching somebody, because he's thinking about the base, the lowest common denominator, and you've actually thought that through, which is almonds are obviously everywhere. Walnuts are going to be hard to find. So if you're saying to somebody you can have walnuts, you're already predicting somebody's going to stress themselves out if they're out traveling trying to find walnuts and it can't happen. So you're like, fuck, just lower the barrier of entry, get an almond.
Dude, I live this. This is I recommend this because I've gone through these challenges myself. My job is to eliminate the challenges for others.
Yeah, to eliminate the thinking or the decision process, right?
Yeah, I mean, to make what really screws people up is they end up getting caught up in details that distract them. So let's just make it simple, make it easy, and then less bandwidth to execute, and it becomes a much more of a long-term solution.
Well, it's funny you said it because that was my joke with Craig a couple days ago when I was talking with Craig, and I encouraged him to connect with you, is that we'd talk and he would talk about simple. Then he'd talk about his business. He'd make it all complex. I'm like, Craig, dude, you're overcomplicating everything. Simplify it, brother. I said, that's why you got to go talk to Anderson, man. Hey, what about cashews, Johnny? I think cashews are a little fatter, no?
The cashews a little, I mean, I think when it comes down to it, I just find that not as many people mesh well.
Oh yeah.
And so again, some people love them. So if they're like, what about cashews? I really like cashews. Yeah, we can use cashews. But it's one of those things where a lot of times you'll find a cashew in like a mixed fucking trail mix deal.
Yes.
Not a fucking sack of cashews.
I'll tell you something that Lauren discovered at Costco, and it's actually sitting up on the shelf, way up on the shelf upstairs in the cupboard, and it's out of reach because once I had a few, I'm like, okay, this is not good. Ketchup flavored almonds.
Interesting.
Oh my God, Johnny. Oh my God.
Are they good?
Oh, Anderson, I know how you like your flavors, man. You're like, oh, okay, this is really good. So that's why we had to put them on the counter really high so that it was one of those too easy to grab type things. They're really good. Marty, if you like that flavor, like that, I know you're like, I'm sure you probably can't wrap your head around it. It's fucking tasty, man. So
this use of nuts. Let me just give a quick example of what the capabilities are. So just literally had a client this week, and basically his deal is always moving around. And so I was, look, dude, you just got to keep yourself from getting hungry. Just keep the almonds close by. Well, before he came to me, he would get home and he would be underfed. He'd be fucking hungry, and he just had a hard time controlling food. So he had to literally he literally had like one of those fucking chests that you'd find at a job site, locked up all the fucking food. His wife had to put all that shit in there with a fucking key. Now that he's eating almonds throughout the day and keeping his blood sugar more stabilized, they don't need that anymore. So his fucking wife basically says, you are a fucking godsend. We don't have to have our fucking food locked up in a goddamn lockbox anymore. Interesting. It's all because the almonds are so easy for him to get. He can get them on the run anywhere. He uses them when he needs them, stabilizes his blood sugar. When he gets home, he's not fucking coming out of skin looking for something to eat. And at that point, it's so difficult to make a good food choice.
Yes. We're going to bring Alana Tart here in a couple minutes. Alana, I got you queued up here. But before we do that, I want to get to a couple questions here and some comments. Lauren's comment about the almonds, Marty, this might help you, or Johnny, is the ketchup flavored almonds are like ketchup chips, but better. I know you got American friends. I don't know if you guys have much ketchup chips down there, but the ingredients are not bad either. But then Mike Sullivan says this, and here's the challenge, Mike. And John, I want to throw this to you too, brother, is that Mike says, what if you have an addictive personality and dwarf and snarf almonds down to no end? And he says it's all good anyway. Well, that's the problem. Because, John, you don't want to eat the whole bag of almonds because you're going to get fat if you eat whole bags of almonds nonstop. Right, Anderson? Like you are.
I mean, generally speaking, if you overconsume anything.
Yeah, yes, thank you. Like bread? Like Marty, we learned yesterday. Anderson grew up with 2 loaves of wheat bread for a long time.
I didn't grow up with that. I was using that to try. I thought it was going to build muscle.
You thought he was going to build muscle with 2 loaves of wheat bread.
That was the early days. That was the early days of experimentation.
But Marty, I could tell you, I grew up in the same area as John, so I knew when whole wheat came out, I was like, oh, it's this magical bread. So it was fun to hear John talk about it because it's like,
they did a pretty good job making us believe that shit, didn't they?
Because Marty, you can't see Johnny carrying around 2 sacks of whole wheat today, crushing them, can you?
Oh, I was getting fucking. My tits were just fucking growing.
Is that why you were a little fat fucker, John?
No. This is when I'd actually got myself, and I was making some good progress. This is where I was like really maneuvering, trying to find what to eat to build muscle.
What's this? Is that Fat John?
No, I don't know what that is.
Hold on.
Keith, I think.
Well, I'll send it to you guys later, actually.
Oh yeah, send that over, man.
I will send it over later. But yeah. So the reality is, and like Lauren said, you absolutely have to push the point, otherwise it's a game over. Yeah. Well, so it asks. Yeah. So Lauren knows because Lauren brought home a bag of I think 5-pound cashews a while back, John, and I didn't crush them, but over time the bag ended, and she's like, "Oh."
Was that Husky Keith days?
No. But it was funny because I remember Lauren's like, "Oh, the bag of cashews is over. I think I got to spend a little more time in the gym," which was, and it was just kind of humorously because before you knew it, she's like, "I crushed a whole fucking bag of cashews myself."
Lauren did?
Oh, hey man, that woman can eat. So it's funny because people
but she's active, her metabolism's going.
She got a lot of muscle too.
Well, but this is actually the point, John. This is why I'm putting it up because I've been around long enough where people would say to her, "Oh, like, how do you get your arms?" Or "You must not eat," or "You don't eat, Lauren." And I'm like, "No, man, she fucking eats. Like, she eats a lot of food. So don't question whether the woman eats, but she eats good food." Right? Like, so dinner last night was nonstop broccoli, nonstop fucking meatballs, and
when you're eating good food, it requires
100%.
more than. Yes. I mean, if you took a fucking a supersized Big Mac meal, right?
Yes.
And you put that on one side of the table, and then you took like chicken, broccoli, rice, and you had to match it calorically, you would be fucking astounded. You couldn't possibly eat all of the good food.
Yes. Right. Yep. All right. Well, so listen, we're talking about when we love the wife. Let's talk about listening. We got Alana Tart joining us here. I asked her to join the show today because I really enjoyed her as a guest when she was on before. She's a big fan of the show. She offers some great commentary. Guys, when men truly listen, everything gets better. Trust, love, and the quality of our decisions.
What if the single most powerful tool for success in your life isn't something you do, but something you stop yourself from doing? We're trained to solve, to fix, to act. But what if that instinct is the very thing holding you back from deeper connections and smarter decisions? Groundbreaking studies show that the highest performing leaders in the strongest families have one overlooked practice in common. It's a simple shift in posture. A 2-word question that changes everything. Are you ready to unlock your true potential?
All right, joining us this morning, Alana Tart. Good morning, Alana.
Hey, Alana.
Hey, Keith. Great to be here.
Alana, how are you?
I'm well. How are you doing?
Awesome. Yeah. What is shaking today? Thanks for joining us here today. We are here today to talk about why we men should be listening to our wives.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch what you said.
I said we are here today to talk with you about.
That was an example, Keith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, how did that feel?
You know, Keith.
What was I
seeing?
Come on, man.
Sometimes
don't start off like that, Keith.
He can be a dense little son of a bitch sometimes.
Fucking over my head here. That was good, Tart. That was really good.
Me and Johnny are sitting here like we caught it. And so, Keith is repeating himself.
When I do something like this, yeah.
Can you guys
just sitting here?
My wife right now is nodding.
What am I saying to you about you as a person when I do?
Oh, Alana Tart, you got me.
You make that person feel very unimportant very quickly.
Yeah, unimportant. Because it also communicates whether you're worthy of respect, your value. So, like, in other words, listening is an indication of status.
Oh, I like
status is granted socially. People with status are listened to. People with status are not tucked over. They're not ignored. They don't tend to be interrupted. So what's one of the first things that happens when men listen to women more? They elevate their status. They elevate those women's feeling of being worth, of a level of importance and respect. And what else does it do? Because it also socially signals to others. Others are watching who's being listened to, who gets the credit, and who gets the airtime, which over time shapes perceptions about who's competent, who's promotable, who's leadership material. So listening, it's not just a skill or a courtesy, it's an instrument of status allocation.
Man, I've never,
over time chips away at exclusionary patterns.
I've never thought about it from that perspective of status before.
So simple and so powerful.
Yeah.
So powerful. If you want to change society for your daughters, for your wives, for any of the women in your circle, you show others that you're listening to them.
That's good. That's real good. I need to do a better job of that. And this was like, I think this was, yeah, you were here for a reason for me today.
Oh, that's so kind. Thank you. Here's the other thing which people often get scared of. They think that like, if you give someone else status, that you could possibly lose your own. So if we're talking about men and women, if men give status to women, then somehow male status will go down. That's a scarcity mentality. Status is not a fixed pie. Listening doesn't make you smaller. It makes the system more intelligent.
Oh, John likes that.
New information, new lenses. Yeah. New empathy to enter our collective decision-making process. It actually expands your power base.
Yeah, this pushed a button for me today. This was like, sometimes, you know, the right person steps in front of you and says the right thing at the right time. And you were that person for me today.
Well, so I'll be honest with you, John. So when we were putting together today's show and today's topic, and I was yesterday's production meeting, I said to Melissa, we need to find a female for this conversation without even a pause, like not even a microsecond of a pause. It was Alana Tart, because I knew you were going to bring value with how you communicate, Alana. I really respect that. Alana, I got a question for you as a female, as a woman though. So how do we, when we're in circles, whether we're men, females, and so forth, how do we decide and how do we communicate to you how I want to be listened to? You hear what I'm saying? Like how does
anybody communicate to another person how they want to be listened to?
Yes. Yeah. Is there a way about that in a certain way?
Yeah. And so much of it is nonverbal.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where a lot of people, when they're not conscious of their nonverbal communication. So I talked about that listening is status allocation. Often when you show up in front of someone, you need to be positioning yourself through your nonverbal to say, I am worthy of that status allocation. And so one of the key things that you can do if you feel that you're not listened to, is work on your nonverbals. I mean, even just look at how I'm sitting right now. My shoulders are tall. I'm not sitting here crunched saying I need to be diminutive, hiding in a corner. Equally, though, I'm in conversation as a guest with you on your show, which I consider a real privilege. And so my nonverbal communication, the cadence of my tone, the pace should confer to you my appreciation for that, a level of what you might call deference. But that's because I'm also showing you respect.
A level of deference. Dude, I'm loving this. Marty, what are you hearing from Alana this morning as the young buck on the show here today?
No, I'm just sitting here taking notes as the young guy on the show. I'm not married or anything yet, but I think these are some great tools I can take into my next relationship or my marriage when that time comes. And I like how you said that a lot of guys, they feel like they lose status when they'll listen to the woman. But it kind of takes a level of maturity to be able to, I guess not feel less of yourself when you listen to women, because a lot of guys put themselves over women naturally. I don't know why that is, but I don't see any issue with it. I feel like you can learn from anyone.
I gotta say, right, I'm always looking for little ways to make Terry, my wife, happy or smile. And granted, I do these things, right? But doing this to a certain extent is almost overlooked. And so this is going to probably make her so much happier than some of the little things that I might do. And all I'm really doing is being more attentive and more present. And that's one of the things that I focus on doing, but somehow I overlook this.
When you say this, Jon, what do you mean by this?
I'll give you 2 words. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Alana. When you say this, Jon, I just want to be clarified. Jon, when you say this, what do you mean this? Like this kind of intimate conversation? Is that what you mean, Jon?
Just like when you addressed her, she immediately put her phone in her face to prove a point. So rather than her leaning in, she did this. And so just that simple, because we're entrepreneurs. We're always on our phone or our computer.
Yep.
And a lot of times when she talks to me, I'm in the middle of something. So what I'm going to do is I can push pause on what I'm doing. I can do whatever I have to do. I can resave the message so it's not open. Because a lot of times I tell her I got to finish this, which is basically doing exactly what we're talking about not doing. When I could just literally make it unread again. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Turn the phone over, put it down, boom, and just be right there. And it would be so easy. And it would be so effective in making her feel heard, because I know that's one of the things that she says. She wants to feel like she's heard. She wants to feel like, that I'm there. And this, for some reason, this just fucking made sense to me.
Can I offer you another idea that's so simple?
Are you fucking kidding me? Of course you can.
3 words. You ready for them?
Whoa. 3
Tell
words.
me more.
I like that. You know what I do? What I've been practicing? What I've been practicing actually, Alana, is when she talks to me, just because I know that she questions if I'm there. So when she does, what I do is the first thing out of my mouth is a question. I won't agree. I won't do anything other than ask a question, because then she recognizes that I want more. Rather than saying, oh, I agree, or this, because you can try to participate in a conversation, but are you really there? If you're asking for more through a question, it kind of changes that, that dynamic. So yeah, in basically that right there, tell me more, that's even a more simple thing, because now, even if I'm searching for a question that's going to be worth a damn, this is an easy fucking fallback.
It's the world's easiest question, and it's so powerful.
Yep.
Yeah,
and it works. And it works in every fucking circumstance.
Yeah,
Marty.
Yeah, I say this too. Most of my clients are women, and I don't know if I necessarily say tell me more, but when they're explaining their situation to me, especially with me being a man, with me leaning into it more, they love it. They eat it up, asking them more. I say like, what else, And so I definitely feel you there. I can attest to that. It's helped me in my business a lot.
Alana, when speaking personally, what as you've gone through your career and you've gone through life, what have you noticed has improved as you've improved your listening? Like, what's been the most immediate impact for you, human, when you notice that the person across the table from you is listening?
It just brings you so much sense of the word that comes to me is calm. When someone is open, then it opens you. You're not constricted. So just that exchange. And I think that we can expand that even to a societal level. So Keith, when you invited me to talk about this, I actually thought about, this is going to sound a bit funny, it's not about men and women, but I thought about my former MP in North York. His name was Arnold Chan, and he died of cancer in 2017. And I actively encourage anyone who is passionate about having our country be as strong as it can be to watch his address to the House on YouTube, which was his final address before he had to retire because of his illness. And he talks about the importance of listening in order to have democracy. And he said that the biggest challenge that we all have is no one's listening. In fact, I can see him right now going, everyone's talking. No one's listening. And he says, if we just would listen to each other, that's how we make our parliament a stronger place. That's how we have a flourishing democracy. That's how we have a strong society. And he said that just extending the common civility of listening and doing the small things, even when you're getting your coffee from Tim Hortons in the morning, even if it's a drive-through, you know, when you get that cut passed to you, you look at that person and you thank them. And you thank them in a way that makes them feel that you're also listening, not just talking to them. And when you do that, I believe in the video, he says that is what it fundamentally means to be Canadian. And I've always held that so close.
Mm-hmm. The idea of listening and the power of listening.
Power of listening to build a strong, healthy society.
It's interesting to hear you say that, Tart, because, you know, Marty and John, Canadians for the longest time have always been known, hey, Alana, as peacekeepers, right? The Canadian peacekeepers, right? And when I hear you say what you just said, I'm just getting goosebumps. It leans into the idea of, which is that peace comes from listening. And it's funny because, you know, we talked about this at the beginning of the show here, and I said maybe in the first time in our lifetime, frankly, Alana, a little, you know, for our younger buck here, we might have some peace happening in the Middle East. Maybe, hopefully, maybe. And maybe it's because people are listening. And maybe that's kind of what you're saying, right? And maybe I'm using maybe in quotes, we can keep encouraging our brothers and our sisters, whether it's a husband or a wife or our colleagues, just to do what you've been talking about, Alana, on the show, which is listening, isn't it?
Yeah. And you asked me how I felt. And I said, I felt calm. Ties in exactly to what you're saying. When you listen to someone, you bring them peace. And that reverberates.
Yeah. We're at the top of the hour. Alana, you have been awesome. So two things. Thank you for joining us on short notice. John, Marty, Alana shuffled some meetings around to be on the show with us today, so I'm really, really grateful for that. Thank you for that,
Alana.
Any closing words from you, Alana, that you want to offer up that we haven't got to today about listening? Because I want to say that you've offered tons of nuggets. You've impacted me. I know you've impacted Marty. I know you've impacted Johnny. And I think our wives and our families around us are going to benefit from that. So anything that you can close off today with, Alana?
I just want to close out with thank you. You invited me here to talk about listening, and you have very courteously listened to what I've been here to say. So thank you for that. Thank you for the invitation. And guys, keep doing what you're doing. You're making such a difference. I'm very grateful for what you have built.
All right, so Alana Tart is anyway, so we no.
That was terrible, man. You weren't even subtle with it. I saw that joke a mile away. I know Johnny saw it. I saw that a mile away.
You know, the funny part was I fucking knew that was coming.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I saw it. Come on,
so predictable.
Alana, you can see there's lots of love here in the morning amongst the brothers. So, you know, I had to find a way to throw a dart across at you, but it didn't work. But hey, lots of love, Alana. Thank you so much. Lots of love. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Okay.
Take care, guys.
Take
Have a
care.
good one, Alana.
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you, Alana. Have a wonderful day.
Let's reset, Jimmy.
John, were you secretly shopping for my special bathwater this week?
Dude had a dream about me telling him about you, Sterling.
Well, you know what they say about projection.
We gotta love the gay boys. Gotta love them. All right, this is going out to just basically a tip that I was using prior to our guest. Our guest brought some stuff that was way beyond what I'm going to tell you here, but this is kind of where I started, and it really helped me. It was actually my mom said this to me one time. She said, you have a choice. You have a choice to spend time with the people on the other end of this, or the people sitting in front of you. But the question you got to ask yourself is, do you know the people on the other side of this? Most times not. So if you're one of those people who is not really recognizing the value of your human-to-human relationships, do a little thinking on that, because time goes fast, life is short. And one day you're going to realize, holy shit, I didn't invest enough energy, enough just little texts to tell someone that you love them. You didn't appreciate the human-to-human relationship like you should because you got distracted by this. It happens to all of us. So just do a little thinking on that, because when you do a little bit of self-analysis, understand what you do and what you don't do, it can be really helpful with creating a deeper, stronger connection with those you love. And let's be honest, we're all here because we want to be successful, and your definition of success should have really, really good relationships with family and friends. And I guess the tip is this: don't let this get in the way. Rock and roll.
All right, good morning, good morning. You got Keith and Marty here. Johnny's just stepped off for a quick little second here. Welcome back to Hour 2, Mornings Alive with Keith, Jon, Marty, and Alana Tart, Melissa, Jimmy, everybody here this morning. If you missed the first hour, we talked almonds, walnuts. We had a lot of fun here in the first hour, guys. I invite you to go back and listen to that. We had Alana Tart for the last 20 minutes talking about listening, giving us all skills, improving the playbook for listening better amongst our partners, our family members, and so forth. And obviously, Jon just dropped a great little nugget there, put the phone down, and so forth. We're going to get to next.
Hey, real quick, I just want to say, I didn't get to say this to Alana. She came in with the banger, and that caught our attention, and that made us listen to her more. So that was like,
oh, you are right. Yes,
yeah, that was. I like that.
She was good.
I'm still in that, Alana. If you're still there, I'm still.
Yeah. She was good. There's that's actually a segment there. Like there's a speech there. Like she could go on stage and do that with folks. She could go do that as a speaking tour. She can go talk to folks about what she did with us. Like that's content right there with us that she can teach others, Marty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's definitely like a hook kind of in a way.
Yeah. You know? Well, you know what's crazy, man? Clearly I was fucking sleeping because I missed it. You guys saw it. And I know you know that I missed it because that was legit. I'm like, because Marty, in my head, I'm like, what the fuck, man? Why she got her phone up? Like, because that's what I was doing.
Me and Johnny are sitting there. We're like, oh, okay, we see what she's doing. Keith is like, well, what I said was.
I know, because I was about to text Jimmy and Melissa to say, is something wrong with her camera? It's true. I was like, why is she not paying attention to me? That's exactly what in my head was going. I was like, why is she doing? Like, I thought to myself, did we say something to offend her earlier in the show or something? So I was.
I know I was gonna get the text from Keith later, like, what the fuck was that?
That's exactly what it was turning into, because I was convinced that we had upset her or something, because I'm a big fan of Alana. So, you know, when she was able to move to be on the show, it's like, what the fuck? And then you guys, and I'm like, oh my God. Yeah,
that was a classic moment, man.
That was a good moment. Jon Petrocelli, I really liked Alana Tart ideas about how to create a better, well-informed society. Yeah, I'm with you there. I'm absolutely with you there. All right, listen, Jimmy, let's go to this fun topic with Marty here, and when Jon comes back, he'll join it as well. I thought this would be fun because this is a generational conversation. 12 household items we grew up with kids, and I'm thinking Marty has some of these maybe.
I think I know one of them.
I'm thinking so, man. So 12 household items we grew up with as kids in the 80s, but we never see anymore.
What if the most powerful innovations of our time weren't the ones that added more features, but the ones that demanded less of our attention? We're told that progress means faster, and always on. Yet many of us feel a growing sense of digital fatigue, a longing for a time when our tools served us, not the other way around. Emerging research suggests that our brains are not built for this constant state of hyperconnectivity. But the solution isn't to reject technology, of choosing deliberate action over constant reaction. Ready to reclaim your focus? Let's dive in.
I just got your video here. Yes, we need to get Jon's face on Sora so we can get Jon on there as well. That's too good. Hey, so yes, Hey Seed says 8-track tapes. Johnny, I got some topics here, just some fun shit here for a Friday of the Loop here about things you and I grew up with, maybe Marty did as well, that just don't exist anymore. And we sit back and you think, man, do you remember when? So for example, like Marty, did you any in your lifetime, Marty, were you part of the era of VHS or beta tapes?
VHS tapes, yeah, I was.
You were, eh? Yeah.
I was like on the tail end of it.
Yeah, so you had to go. You went to rent
right before CDs, yeah.
CDs and DVDs. That's what I grew up on, and then, yeah, that was my era. DVDs.
So did you grow up in the era going to a Blockbuster and renting shit, like renting a VHS or renting a DVD?
Yep, when I was real young. And
you did, eh? Yeah.
Netflix was like a little box thing.
Yeah.
You ordered a movie, and then that turned into deliver it to your house, and then you send it back.
Yeah.
And then yeah. You know, I got a little bit of history on me.
Yeah, well, I know you.
Think I'm some young. No. I know you and Johnny think I'm some young punk, man. I've been around some stuff, man.
Well, no, you're the perfect bridge, though. You're the perfect actual bridge here. So I remember growing up with a cassette Walkman. Jon, when I was a young man like yourself, I saved up my money so I could buy one of those Walkmans. You?
Dude, if you had one of those, you put that on your fucking belt, man, you were cool as hell.
Yes. Yeah. That was like the status symbol, absolutely the status symbol. And then we got Hey Seed saying, anyone remember making mixtapes from the radio? I did it all the time. Marty, you'd call the radio station, you'd request a song, and then you'd wait for the longest time for them to play it, and then they might not even play it. And then if they played it, you'd have to time your recorder up to hit the record on your cassette player to record the song.
So Jon, is sitting around waiting for that song that you requested, is that dumb shit sitting around waiting for?
Well, you know, it's crazy in those days, brother. You just, well, first off, when you're a kid, you don't understand, you don't value the time because you got too much time.
Yes.
But this is just the way it worked. Like,
yes.
You know, fuck it, you used to make a phone call, dude. You used to, it used to be this fucking wheel, Marty. And you had to fucking spin the wheel for the number. So you had like a number with a bunch of nines, fucking wrapping that thumb. There's a number. Okay, got an 8. I mean, it might take you a minute just to dial a fucking phone number.
And if you put your finger in the wrong hole, Marty, to dial the number, you had to go back to the beginning and do it all over again.
The whole fucking thing.
The whole sequence.
Yeah, and the phone was like it was fucking like this big. And it was connected, this little fucking wire. You could only get about 5 feet away from it.
Yes. So I knew. Go ahead, Marty.
No, I'm glad I wasn't there with you guys. You know,
but the crazy part was, it's like this is just the way it is. You don't know any better. So you know, it was just kind of like like with AI, right?
Yes.
Think about the things that used to take us an hour that take us 5 minutes. We didn't know any better before it.
Yes. So I knew this was going to generate conversation because it is. It's pretty funny, man. We got good time saying it was the best going to pick out a movie. Jon, that was date night. Remember, you'd pick up a chick, you'd go to the Blockbuster, you'd go find a movie together, right? And you weren't really worried about what the movie was. It was just about to have a chance to get to hang out with the girl. But you go look for the cover. But remember renting movies, man? Just a crazy kind of experience.
You know, literally, and you'd walk around and you'd look at the shit on the shelf. You know, yeah, Blockbuster, man. You know, they resisted Netflix. They got
I remember
turned upside down. They should have gone on that train quick.
Jon, did you have I know you corrected me yesterday about the farm, but did you grow up with a party line? Do you remember the party lines or not?
What? I explain.
Okay. So I grew up with a party line in my neighborhood at my parents' house. And so when the phone rang once, it was for our house. Marty, when it rang twice, it was for my neighbors. When it rang 3 times, it was for my other neighbors. So in other words, Marty, if it rang twice and Jon was my neighbor, I could pick up the phone and listen to John's conversation he was having, or if it rang 3 times, I could listen because we were all connected.
No party line.
You get it, Marty? Do you follow?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, that's. I've never heard of that in my life.
Yeah,
never.
Me too, brother. So I'm with you. That's got up some outback Canadian shit.
Yeah, that's some Canadian shit for sure.
Well, and I knew people.
But hold on, just so that note, he says to me, he's talking about his fucking ancestral fucking family, uncles fucking banging cousins, and then he says to me, he's like, you know what it's like. You grew up on a farm. I was like, no, I have no fucking clue what you're talking about. Don't blame it on a
Keith.
farm.
Don't try to drag us into that bullshit. No, that's all you by yourself, Keith.
Hold on a second here. How come nobody knows about the party line? Jon Petrocelli going, that's some crazy phone shit. Dude, it was just normal. It was normal when it rang twice. It was my uncle's phone.
Normal for you was your fucking cousin or your uncle fondling your cousin too. You fucking sicko. And then he tries to include me. You know what it's like.
Right.
What do you know? I have no fucking clue what you're talking about, dude.
And then you got Tom Richard.
Now he talks about thinking of being in the shower. I
just think about you too much, John. We got Tom Richard joining us from the Legacies podcast, the greatest cannabis podcast out there. How about turning the John? You know this one. How about turning the TV antenna with that little box with the stations on it? So you had to move your rabbit up.
Yeah, you go and fucking adjust that. Each channel needed a little bit of a movement sometimes.
Marty, do you know that at all?
Nah.
You know?
Yeah. Different world, Mark.
So Marty, out of the TV was like a black box with 2 you could use a coat hanger if you didn't have one, but they have 2 antennas. And so John would watch channel 3 and he'd be like, okay, I want to go to channel 4 or something.
There was 3 channels, Mark.
Yes.
That was it.
And
ABC,
if it didn't come up,
CBS, and NBC. That was it.
And if it didn't come up on right, he would maneuver the little antennas around so it would become a little clearer.
And it would look real. It wasn't a clear picture. It was always a little fuzzy. Right?
Yeah. So I grew up with DirecTV. So
yes, well there.
Yeah. I remember, dude. I remember the first time I saw cable, because that's what we call it, cable, where there was no antenna. I was like, holy shit, that's so clear. I was just blown away at how clear it was, because especially if you were way the fuck out in the middle of nowhere, right? Those fucking antennas didn't pick up a lot of signal.
Yeah. See, I knew somebody else had a party line. Roofie. Yes, well, Roofie has no teeth either, so Roofie's like me. But
yeah, that makes sense. I've always wondered. I was waiting for something weird about Roofie to pop out because he's putting fucking mushrooms in a goddamn Wendy's fucking milkshake.
Roofie's from upstate New York, so he's almost Canadian. He's almost Canadian.
Basically Canadian. Yeah,
he's basically Canadian. Yeah, but he's like, hey, we had a party line in our cottage, so he knows what I'm talking. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. But you know what's funny? Because Hayseed says this. It's Dad Remote. TikTok today, and if you look at scrolling, all that scrolling is, John, is the remote control that you and I grew up with, right? Which is literally just press the button and scroll through the channel. That's all it was, John. You remember sitting down, and when DirecTV come, you just sit there, you scroll. Once we got past the 3 channels,
I so dislike that.
Me too. Me too.
When we're in hotels, right? There's regular TV.
Yes.
We don't have regular TV in our.
Yes.
Basically, what is it? Amazon Prime,
the on-demand shit. Yeah.
But in a hotel, there's the regular stations. So I don't like because I've done that where I start clicking. Dude, what are you doing?
Yes.
So I go to the guide and I read what's on the guide, then I'll pick it.
Well, you know what's funny is I'm going out today. I'm going out west again with my folks to go watch Carter play some hockey, and we're going to stay at the hotel, John. And what you just described is going to happen tonight. My dad's going to sit in front of the cable TV and he's going to turn it on and he's going to start scrolling through the channels. At that point, that's my cue to leave the room.
Dude, remember this? What about the TV guide?
Oh my God.
It was a magazine.
Yes.
It was a magazine, Mark, where you'd get a subscription and you would find the day and it would list all the shit on the fucking TV. Crazy, dude.
You'd actually buy it at the store.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Did y'all? And I don't know why I'm asking, but I know y'all had the radios as an alarm clock too.
Yeah. Oh, hey,
do you have that too?
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you a
clocks for radios. Absolutely.
I have, Marty. You might have. I would not expect you to remember this, and I should have pointed it out to you. And I'll take a picture and show you guys later. But there's a clock radio in my garage. That is the first clock radio that I received as a 13, 14-year-old boy, Johnny, that helped me prevent hitting the snooze button. It still has an AM radio on it. It sits in my garage. I still use it today. It's got a clock on it. It's got a radio on it, and
Dude, you know, I figured out moving the fucking. I used to have one of those Big Bens. Remember that?
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah, and I used to take that thing and I would never put it next to my bed because I was always fucking turning that. There was no snooze. You turned it off.
Yeah.
If you turned it off, I would go back. So I started moving my alarm clock away from my bed when I was a kid.
Yes. Hey, Marty, there used to be cassette answering machines.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Oh, dude. So you'd come home, right? Yes. Right. So check this out. It's college. I'm home with this. I'm at home with this chick on Christmas break. You know, I'm like, 21. So I'm right in the middle of, I got a different chick I'm hanging out with every night. She walks in, oh, hi guys. I introduce her. Hey, this is so-and-so. Nice to meet you. She walks over and I'm like, she's not going to do that. She hits the fucking machine. And all of a sudden out loud comes all the fucking messages. And the chicks that are calling me back are fucking coming up. And I'm just like sitting there going,
oh my God.
Yeah. And the funny thing, my mom, she hits the fucking button and here's the first one. And you could see, she's getting all nervous and be like, you could tell it. And the funny thing was when the girl left, she's like, I'm so sorry, John. I didn't know what to do once it started,
You go digging, you're going to find what you're looking for.
Oh, shit.
Oh, Matt Roof, yes. TV listings in the newspaper and circling the shows with red ink. Right. So I do the same thing. I'd sit down. So in September, because I'm a creative. My creative spirit doesn't come by accident. I enjoy content. I enjoy creative content. I remember back in September when TV shows would come out, I would sit down throughout the week and circle stuff and get my beta and my VHS machines all scheduled, Marty, so that I could record the shows that I would miss along the way. Dude,
I didn't have TV most of my childhood.
Okay. Yeah. You said that before. Yeah.
Like it was gone when I was about 6 or 7.
Yes.
And it didn't come back until high school. Because basically we, in high school, they would basically get us out of practice a little bit early so we could go home and watch Monday Night Football. That was what part of our assignments. So I was like, hey, guys, guess what, guys? Look what my assignment is. And so we got a fucking TV, just a little motherfucker. And it basically came out on Monday nights and it went in the closet after that. It was not a fixture in the house.
Yeah. So,
and then probably maybe it wasn't too long after that they left it out, but it was on demand. You couldn't just go watch it.
Yeah.
Yes,
Marty,
I got to get out of here, fellas.
Yeah, I know we're going to wrap this up here, brother. Marty, I appreciate you, man. A lot of fun conversation here today, and appreciate lots of love.
Good to see you, brother. I'm glad you were here today, man.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. I'll be here Monday, and I'm getting on sore too this weekend, man.
Good. Well, so before you go, hey Jimmy, run this clip.
Team, keep those feet moving. You're crushing it. Strong steps, buddy. Tune into Mornings in the Lab live at 8 a.m. Get your day started on the bright side. Appreciate that, man. You've got this. Power through. Whew, I'm still here. Still moving. Love it, Little John. Everyone climb.
Is that Little John?
I missed it.
I know. Team, keep those feet moving. You're crushing it. Strong steps, buddy. Tune into Mornings in the Lab live at 8 a.m. Get your day started on the bright side. Appreciate that, man. You've got this. Power through. Whew, I'm still here. Still moving. Love it, Little John. Everyone climb.
I heard it.
So that's why I want Johnny on Sora, man, because we're gonna have some fun. I'm telling you, Marty, the three of us will have some fun out there, man. Yeah,
You nutty little son of a bitch.
That's chemo, John. John doesn't like that one. That's chemo, John.
I'm gonna say that's not the John. That's the fucking. That's the one he made me. The first one. Like,
yes, yeah. Marty, get out of here, brother. Take care.
See y'all, man. I have a good one, man.
Have a good look, my brother.
Jon Petrocelli. Who's the little guy with the dunce cap? Well, his name in the clip, Petro, is Little John. So it was just a fun little thing that I was making with.
I should send you a picture of Little John.
Yes, you should. I'd love to see it. Oh man, hey, what do you got going on today, brother? What do you got in this weekend? Again, so apparently the loop is leading us into the weekend. What do you got going on? I'm heading out of town here today.
So this is our last weekend here because I think we leave on Tuesday or Wednesday. So I got my training today, which is always welcomed.
Yes.
And I got some stuff to work on, then pickleball, then I'll take my nap.
Yes.
I've got some other stuff to do after my nap. Then we're going to go down to downtown San Felipe.
Oh, fun.
And kind of hang out by the water. I actually want to grab a few things before we go. Like I felt like they found this tank top.
Yeah. It's a nice tank top, man. I like that.
So I'm going to get a couple more of these, and then we're going to go see a couple of our friends that have shops down there.
Nice.
One of our buddies has got a tattoo shop.
Yeah. You were saying. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we're going to go over to my brother's for dinner.
Yeah.
And then that's the day.
That's fun, man. That's awesome. I'm going to pack up here in a couple hours and going to head on the road here today with my mom and dad. Going to take them out west.
That's always fun.
It is, yeah. I'm looking forward to it, actually. Yeah, we're going to see it. So Carter, last night we were at a professional hockey. My dad and I went to the Jets game last night, and then so it was moving a little bit slow here today. And then tonight,
my fucking parents, check this out. So from the time, when we moved, from California to Oregon, I was like 6.
Yeah.
So I hadn't seen my parents together from age 6 until I would have been.
Oh wow!
46, 40 years. They both came together because they went to one of my movie premieres.
Cool.
Yeah, they actually got along fine. Everything was cool, but it was 40 years before I'd seen them in the same fucking spot in one eye shot. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
So when you say with my mom, my dad, I think that's going to be fun.
Yeah, it'll be good. Yeah. So, and then we're going to go watch Carter play hockey tonight in one little community. So we're talking like rural Canada, man. So, and in many ways, probably not dissimilar from you're in rural California there. So, and
is
then
he going to be playing tonight?
Yeah, he's going to play tonight. I believe he is. Yeah, I'll learn this morning. I suspect he is. So just
take a video and send it to me, please.
I will for sure. 100% I will. Yeah, absolutely. And then he's got a game tonight, and then tomorrow he's got a game at a different community an hour away. So we're gonna do a road trip, see 2 games.
That's cool, man. When he starts getting on the road like that.
Yeah.
You fucking play hard, and then you got to fucking lick your wounds and do it again. That's when shit gets real.
Yeah, and then we're back on Sunday because it's Thanksgiving weekend here in Canada, and Lauren's gonna be making a turkey for us on Sunday.
Is their second team, are they fresh or are they also after a game?
Good. They're actually playing back to back. They're playing them in home. It's a home and home series, so they're playing.
It's the same team twice. Okay,
right.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Sometimes you run into a team that didn't play the night before.
Yes.
Those fuckers are fresh.
Yes. Yeah. It's been pretty cool, brother. Because last week, I didn't tell you this, but a week ago, last week, there was still 10 defensemen on the team, and before the game last Friday. They removed 2, so Carter made the final 8. So he's basically he's like, I feel like I made the team. I'm on the team. Like, good for you, man. So yeah, it's good. He's got himself organized. He's got himself a job. He's building himself a little life, man. Which is what with we as parents we want to give our kids wings, right? And it's a lot of fun. Yeah. So it'll be fun going to hang out with mom and dad, and good time. We're renting another car here today for $100, and we'll get on the road here later today, and it'll be a fun little trip for sure. Yeah. Good times.
Right on, brother. That'll be enjoyable.
It will be a lot of fun. Yes, we do have hey Seed. Yeah, we do have Thanksgiving this weekend. It's our Canadian Thanksgiving, a month before you guys have your fun down there in November. Are you going back to California for Thanksgiving, John? Next month?
Yeah, we're leaving. Remember, I told you we're leaving next week.
Yeah, no, but are you going to come back to Mexico next month for Thanksgiving?
We might come back to Mexico because we're going home because we're going to have the grandson. And then we have our young daughter is going to stay with us for a couple of months. So all the way through Christmas. So our youngest. So we want to see if she's good to come down here on a short trip, like a week. So we might come back before Thanksgiving, but we always spend Thanksgiving in the States.
That's awesome. That's cool. Well, I'll send you some videos, send you some pictures. I know my dad's a big fan of yours. So I will make sure he's always asking me questions about you. Like I'm telling him. Oh, fuck. Like last night, he's like, so this John, that John. I'm like, yeah. So I'm just like, not only am I your assistant, I'm also your conduit between my dad and you. So maybe my guy get my dad on the show so you guys can have a conversation. That's what we'll do.
I love it, dude. I can't wait to meet him.
He's a pretty solid dude. Yeah, a lot of fun. All right, brother. I got one last question for you. Do you and Terry still train together today at all? Or is it rare?
When we train at the same time, but we rarely do things together.
No, but I mean, at the same time you'll train, right? Like you'll see her training in the room, or you'll be in the same gym, or you'll be in the same. Like, will there be times that you might be training together at this? Maybe not doing the same workout, but in the same environment.
She rarely trains at our home gyms.
Okay. Oh, she likes to go out, eh?
If she's not in a gym, she's not training. She can go fucking weeks without training, and she's just got ripping genetics, man.
I only bring it up because you'll appreciate what I'm going to say next, because I know how much you love and admire your wife. And for any man out there that needs to be motivated, just go train with your wife, man. You go train with your wife. Just go spend some time with your wife. That'll initiate the life expectancy vibes. Because when my wife trains with me, I'm like, okay, yes, I want to go train some more. Can we go schedule some life expectancy work? Training, there's an energy that happens when you see your wife lifting strong, man. I think you feel the same way when you see your wife picking up a heavy weight or doing a pull-up or doing something that is not normal. That's attractive to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a different dimension to what we see.
Yes, absolutely. All right, pal. I love you lots. A lot of fun this week. Good,
you too, brother.
Bunch of great shows. Thanks for connecting with Craig. You have yourself a great, safe weekend and safe day. And I'll talk to you along the way. Okay, I'll send you pictures and videos along the way.
Absolutely.
All right, pal.
Have a good loop, my brother.
You too, pal. All right. Yeah. Jimmy, Melissa, let's get the young man out of here. Yes. Good morning, nation. Looking at the comments here. Hey, Seed. Didn't know Canada had a Thanksgiving. Seed, where are you joining us from? I think you told me this, but I don't recall where you are joining us from here this morning. So, Jim, I am just going to reposition myself in the middle of my camera. I'm going to look to see what we have gotten and not gotten to this week, today on the show. Jimmy, I think the one topic we might want to consider putting out here is the $3 gadget that I know that I had put on the topic of discussions today that I know that I did not get to. And I got to be honest, man, I'm as curious about this thing as anybody is. So I think we have an opener. Jimmy, let's get to this fucking $3 gadget, the secret weapon, when you're ready. Because apparently, guys,
Is your morning routine a frantic search for keys, chargers, and that one specific spice? What if the secret to a calm, organized home wasn't a total renovation, but a tiny, almost invisible change? Every day you lose time and energy to the chaos of clutter. It's the constant low-grade stress of a home that works against you, making you late and leaving you frustrated before the day even begins. That reality is closer than you think. Stop letting clutter control your life. It's time to take back your space, one small step at a time.
Seed. Hey, Seed, I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate that. So, East Tennessee, yes. Splitting firewood by hand to keep warm. I love it. Hey, Seed, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for, I know you have a lot of places you can spend your time. And those that are regular here have heard me say this before, but I want to say it to you personally and address you personally. Hey, Seed, thank you. Thanks for getting up, hanging out with us, and spending time with us, because I know your time and your energy is important. And the fact that you choose to find our channel and stay here and listen to what we have to say, and then most importantly, contribute, it's extremely meaningful. I love all the lurkers, all the listeners out there. To those that like to stand up and contribute, that's how good, that's how YouTube measures things, right? When they see engagement, they see people participating, it tells the platform that people are enjoying this. So it's one thing to stay, it's another thing to engage. And I just want to say thank you. And same thing to Petro and Good Time and Global and everybody that's out there right now this morning. Again, I cannot say thank you enough. It's a Canadian thing too. True story. Alana Tart, she's Canadian. She doesn't live in Canada anymore, but it's a Canadian thing. We're about listening and about kindness. All right, guys. So the $3 organizer. So I thought I'd throw this on the table because I know that what we like to talk about here on the show is always thinking about giving you guys hacks, giving you about things you can learn from along the way. And the idea with the $3 organizer is not so much that there is a certain $3 organizer. It's this idea that a $3 organizer can turn your chaos into calm. Whether it's one door, whether it's a drawer, whether it's a shelf, and maybe it's digitally. But I bring it up because you might be going through the day today, your brain's frazzled. You might be looking at the weekend thinking that, I got a bunch of shit I got to do and I'm frazzled. My invitation to you is what I like to do is look around my environment, whether it's digitally or physically, analog, I guess, and clean it up. And sometimes that cleaning up is whether it's $1 or $3 or $5, could be $10. But the low cost, high impact of reducing clutter is going to reduce that stress. It's going to reduce your decision fatigue. True story. Right? So, sometimes I think we think about these things as trivial. Fuck, do I got to hang up a hook in my cupboard to hang my tea towels? Well, maybe if you hang the hook up in the tea towels, part of your habit stacking is you wipe your dishes, you put your tea towel away, and the task is done. Your kitchen's clean. You've stacked a habit. You've won. So on the outside, it seems like it's so menial. It seems so unimportant. But reality is putting that shit away might help you achieve some big ass goals in your life because the little ones are taken care of. So some questions for you guys. Do you have stuff in your home? Think about this, nation. Do you have stuff in your home that steals your time? Because there is. I know you have a junk drawer. And here's the crazy shit, guys. Is that I've been doing this for the last week or two here within the Mornings in the Lab platform, within the business we're building here. Is that up until now, we've built this thing, the back end, which you don't see. We've built it to a place where it was working. It's the junk drawer, right? Everything was in it, and it was thing to the next level. I recognized that I had to clean the junk drawer, and I had to put the things in the certain drawers so that we can then build the next level on top of it. The power of organizing your whole house, organizing your whole brain, digitally or analog. So here's the question for you, nation. What's the quickest 10-minute tidy that could change your day today? It might be something you want to try. It goes with our inbox as well, guys. Are you an inbox clean guy, an inbox full guy, an inbox starred guy? Or are you putting them into different buckets along the way? So here's the invitation as you go through into the weekend. Right? One habit that you can look at cleaning up to grab some organization into your life from slipping back into clutter. We got Hayseed saying, it might look like a bomb went in a hoarder's house, but I know where everything is supposed to be. It's funny, Hayseed, because I think many of us can relate to that, right? Whether we're a hoarder or not, sometimes we just put stuff before you know it, there's just a bunch of stuff. Right? Hayseed, well, it's smoking time before work time. It's cool to have some good folks to hang with. Hayseed, what are you smoking? Are you smoking cannabis? Are you smoking tobacco? Or are you smoking some good old, I guess, tobacco? Oh, hey, we got the Petro joining us. Melissa, I'm with you. Yeah, the stuff that just accumulates along the way. Here's the crazy thing too, nation. And here, maybe this is a conversation we throw on the table for an upcoming conversation. What do we do when our parents, Neiman, are the hoarders? And we know, Seed, me too, man. I'm with you, brother. Me, Tom, Richie, the whole gang at Legacies Podcast. Are you a sativa dude or are you an indica dude? Hey, Seed, you know what's funny? Is that science has told us there's actually not much of a difference between sativa or indica, even though we all want to talk about sativa or indica. It's like red wine or white wine, right? Anyways, I'm a sativa guy myself. Hey, it's funny. Yes, good time. I was talking about my folks here. I know there's going to be a day we're going to have to get out to, whether it's the basement, whether it's my dad's garage, and somebody's going to have to clean it. Hey, good time. You want to come with me? I'll hire you to clean my dad's garage. You'll have fun in there. True story. Oh, yeah. I don't recognize a lot of the stuff in there because it's linked to work that I don't really know what to do with. It's like the hammer stuff and the building stuff and all the analog mechanical equipment that I just have no fucking clue about. If it's digital, I can help. The analog stuff, nope. There's an object in my dad's garage that has like a head on it. It's got like this this arm on it, and I think it like bangs things. I think it's called a hammer. Yeah, I think you put a nail in it, and you build stuff. I know about building stuff with MCP and TCP/IP and HTML and CSS, but that hammer thing, fuck, I don't know, man. It's a little bit there. Hey, see, there's work pot and couch pot. There's a difference. That's a good one. Legacies. I know, Tom, right? It's true, isn't it? There isn't. That's just funny because when I go to the store and they're like, hey, so do you want this or that? I'm like, I'm just a regular consumer. It doesn't matter, man. I don't want to pay for. There's so much cannabis in the market. I'm like, I don't want to overpay for stuff. It's ridiculous. All right. Do we have the Petro? We do have Petro hanging over this. Jimmy, let's bring the Petromania into the lab here. Let's have a conversation with Jon Petrocelli. What's Jacob, brother? Are you listening to me?
Hey.
Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Are you listening to me? Tell me more. Tell me more.
I love this this little bit on organization. That is right up my alley, brother.
Is it really though? Or are you a hoarder?
No, I'm not well.
Dude, I can see the fucking shot. I'm sorry, brother. I love you. I love you lots. I'm prefacing what I'm going to say. I have so much love for you, Petro. But look at your fucking shelves, man. And that's all that I can see with my eyes. And you know what I'm talking about, Petro.
Okay, so especially if you are a book hoarder, you must be organized. Otherwise, so actually, let me show you. I will show you.
Okay. I'm ready. I'm ready for this.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Right, so here is.
Okay. Yeah.
Here.
Oh.
Over there is a whole book.
Holy shit. You read a couple of things.
Surrounded.
Oh.
I'm surrounded by books.
Oh.
It's my life. So you have to be organized. I can find these things. I can find any book in my office with my eyes closed, literally.
All right, nation. So here's the question for Petro, our resident bullshit detector. We all want to ask him. I know you all want me to ask him this question. I know you do. So I'm going to ask him. Are your books organized using the Dewey Decimal System?
No. I don't have that many. I don't have a library. No, I go with the topic area. But again, I can find these with a blindfold or my eyes closed because I don't want to waste time looking for these things, right? So it has once it's organized and it's kept in order, then you save yourself hours upon hours of searching for that one book. But I think you can do that with anything. I think it's I've been assigned to particular jobs and committees because everyone assumes that I'm Mr. Organization, right? It's extra work. It's just that I want less work, and that's the goal behind my organization. Is I don't want to spend time, waste time.
I feel like the Mornings in the Labs community would want me to ask you this one, especially right now live on the show with us. I think we would all want to know. I know Tom right now from Legacy's podcast, the best cannabis podcast on the planet. I know that he would want to know, like I would want to know, if you could find any book right now in a second on any of your shelves. If I said find this book, if you could find it.
I probably under 10 seconds.
Whoa!
Under 10 seconds.
Petrocelli, yeah. So Good Time's got a question for you. Charlie, is this your home office or university office?
I'm at school, university office.
Do you own those books or is that the school's books?
Oh, these are all mine.
Wow.
Usually I've read half of them. That means I've read half of about each one of them. I only take what I need from, there's only about 50 books I've probably read cover to cover. Most of these are all free. People leave books at the end of every semester. People leave books outside their office, and if they're there for more than a couple of days, then the custodial staff takes them. They pitch them. But the custodial staff rarely gets to them before I get to them.
You know what's awesome, brother? You know what's so awesome is that as our resident bullshit detector, and by the way, I'm working on a segment that I'm going to share with you coming up. As our resident bullshit professor, you've admitted on the air that you've only read half the books in your office.
I read half of each one.
Half of each one.
Yes.
So,
yeah. Usually
the front half or the back half or the middle half.
Yeah, it's all over. It depends. Most of my books they're academic books, and usually only half of the book or even less than that is useful to me. So
now we know why everybody goes to Jon Petrocelli's classes, because he only teaches half the fucking class.
Well, less is more. Less is more.
Oh man, I'm loving this. Hey, we got feedback for you in the comments here. So we got Tom Ritchie. I'm with you, Ritchie. I'm gonna throw it out at him. He's like, hey, human BS detector, unlock your Sora so we can cameo you. I'm loving you, man. I'm loving your shit you're putting up there.
Oh, yeah, I'm about to do that.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
I just had to experiment with it a little bit more. And I've probably wasted 10 hours on that since you shouldn't have signed me up for that, because
it is a waste of time, but it's fucking funny, man. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, my wife said, well, send me a code, because you know how you get 4 codes.
Yes.
I'm like, no, I'm not sending you a code, because you're gonna be wasting time.
All joking aside, how have you been, brother, in the last week? How have you been?
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, I wanted to say that I thought, I've been listening all week. I thought I think this would be the week that you hit the all-time low on the bullshit meter.
Yeah.
So it was, that's good. That's a good thing.
Okay.
That's
Good. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good.
Good. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, and I think maybe perhaps you didn't have a guest until today.
Yes. Yes. This is correct. Yes. Yeah. We are reworking our guest strategies. You may have heard me saying here. I had to rework some of the plumbing inside here, so we're reworking on building up our guest platforms again here. So our goal here is to have our 30-minute opener, our 30-minute guest segment, a 30-minute round the table discussion, and then a 30-minute community corner. So, but with a small team, true story, as you may or may not know, it's about pulling levers, right? So if you're putting your attention over here, you got some stuff that suffers over here. So we've been spending more time on other parts of the business and less on guest stuff, but we're going to renew that, because I enjoy the guests. I like the different voices, the different points of view, and I know our audience does as well. So we're going to get back to aggressively pursuing that.
Absolutely.
What did you think of Alana? Alana was great today.
Yeah, I thought she was great. I thought she had a lot of great ideas. I thought I wanted to make a request.
Yes,
I guess,
please.
Perhaps on Mornings in the Lab Nation.
Yes,
perhaps.
please.
I wondered if, especially when you have guests that might come from the greater executive coaching, life coaching kind of industry.
Yes.
There's so many voices out there, and everyone has their maybe their 5-step process of success, or it's usually a secret, and then
yes,
when you dig a little bit deeper, you find out, well, they're all kind of saying pretty similar things, so it's not much of a secret. So the request would be, could you push back just a little bit and ask them, how do you know what you are selling, what approach you're using actually works? Like, do you have any kind of real hardcore evidence that what you're selling actually makes a difference, that it's actually impactful? And I would love to see what they have to say, and I would think that if they do have something, that what they're selling would be all the more compelling, because it would be supported by evidence. And I think that'd be what request. Wanted to see what you thought about.
I love that.
Back like that.
I love that, and I'm glad you. And I wouldn't. So you know what, brother? I wouldn't even call it pushing back. I think that's just what you're encouraging me to do is continue to evolve as an interviewer and be okay asking those. And I'm with you. I like that. I like that a lot, because I think that one thing that I've learned, especially listening to you talk and AJ and even Jon, is the idea of evidence, and how evidence supports us as a human to move forward, right? Because I've been actually since talking with you and Johnny, I've been talking with my son because 18-year-old guy trying to make his way playing hockey and trying to get his career to the next spot. He'd say, I've done this. I'm like, you've created evidence, eh? And he'd look at me and go, oh, yeah. Because when we see evidence, it makes us feel good, doesn't it, John? Like the flip side, then there's no evidence. Like, oh, so I like that you're challenging me and encouraging me to use that a little more, and I'm going to do that. Thank you for that.
Yeah, and what it goes hand in hand with what Alana was saying today is if you listen carefully, most often when you ask for evidence, people will give you explanation, which is not necessarily evidence. There's a big difference between explanation and evidence.
Or maybe an anecdote, right, John? Maybe an anecdote, right, instead of an evidence. Because I think people can confuse the two perhaps as well, would you say?
Yes. Yeah, no, an anecdote is, if it's accurate, it counts as one, it's one observation.
Okay.
But it doesn't stand a chance against,
empirical evidence.
Multiple, systematically collected.
Yes.
What I'm talking about too with the sort of business executive life coaching industry is something well beyond what audience evaluation, satisfaction with the presentation goes. Because like usually you have something like what's the evaluation of the audience? Kind of self-report.
Yes.
But something that's actually much more diagnostic of impact is, has this affected the bottom line? Has this affected employee satisfaction? Has this affected the efficiency of processes within the company? Those types of things.
Yes.
Or has it impacted your deliverables in any way? That like at the end of the day, has it really made an important change as opposed to what people expect to gain from, I don't know, a 15 weeks or 1 year, coaching sort of.
You know what I love about this? John, is that when I came back into the world and I started building this, I did not want to do what you were talking about because from my POV, there's so many folks selling the same thing, but there's really nothing else. We're all saying the same thing with different words. So I wanted to create perhaps a platform for those conversations, and because or else you just become one of the same. So I like the fact you're talking evidence, challenging evidence, and then show me, because you talk with somebody who's coaching you to lose 20 pounds. Well, if you've lost 20 pounds, there's evidence that you've lost it, right? If you're coaching me to be happier, how do you know that you're happier? What's the evidence to show that your systems are making my business better? Yeah. Right.
And I think, and some people they've already done that. They've collected the evidence systematically. And again, I would think they would really love the opportunity to show that, the validation of their approach. But I suspect
it's a scary. So it's great. Melissa grabbed this. She's like, quote of the day. I'd even argue, Melissa, might be the quote of the week or the month. But there's a difference between evidence and explanations, because we as humans quickly go to the explanation. John, it's also a very scary answer to lean into if I said to you, so John, I'm hearing what you have to say, but what's the evidence that your system works? Well, if you're not confident with answering my question, you're going to fucking back up pretty quick, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And it can be, it's often viewed as, I'm sort of as criticism or as a pushback, but among the individuals that have readily available evidence and is the foundation of what really gives them confidence in their belief, it looks like a wonderful opportunity, because most people don't ask for evidence, but you have to say, when you ask for it, you have to say genuine evidence or ideal evidence or observable, measurable evidence. Otherwise, people usually just treat the word evidence as if it is the same as explanation.
This is great. I'm loving this because I'm learning right now from you, and I love learning. So using myself as a role play. Hey, Keith, is your show successful? Yes. And then I give a bunch of explanation. The reality is, well, the evidence suggests that it is. I got people showing up here regularly. I got thousands of hours. So yes, some days people go, yeah, there's nobody on the show. Well, no, but maybe not at this moment there isn't concurrently, but over time, when we got thousands of hours every single month, we have recurring people showing up every single day. We got people joining us in the morning and they stick around for a couple of hours. There's evidence to me that tells me that people are enjoying the show. That I believe I gave you a response with evidence, not explanation. Did I?
Yes. Yeah. You do in other words, the way I read that is you select, key performance indicators.
Okay.
That matter to you.
Yes.
And then you simply track them.
Yes.
And as you may make changes and collect enough data with those numbers, then you'll be able to see the scoreboard accurately.
Yes.
As opposed to what, everyone wants to win. Everyone wants, right? And everyone wants to feel good about what they're doing. I totally get that.
Yes. And we will bullshit to validate ourselves to you as the person asking, because when we bullshit the answer, it makes us feel good, even if it's not evidence, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So I would just love to see that, because I think I suspect you would get a range of different responses.
No, we're going to 100%. Yeah, I'm adding that to my list of questions.
There's few bullshit detectors better than that, to be honest.
That's good. That's good. Hey, how are your Blue Jays doing, brother?
Sorry?
How are your Blue Jays doing?
Well, I'm so happy now, just as long as the Yankees aren't in there. I mean, so I'm usually rooting for the Red Sox, and so hey, I gotta support my Blue Jays now.
It's true.
So
it's true. It's true.
Vladimir Guerrero.
This is true. NHL Open last night. I went to the home opener last night. My team lost, of course, but
I happened to notice that.
Yeah. But you know what? It's funny, Petro, because after having what we've gone through here last season, it's as I was saying to Lauren last night, I'm really more worried about April than I was last night. Like April when it matters, when the playoffs are around the corner, right? So we just got to get there, right? And then we'll see what we can do in the playoffs. What matters.
Yeah, I'm glad hockey's back too.
Yeah, you and me both. You and me both. All right, buddy. Anything else you want to close with? I got to rock and roll here shortly. I'm heading on the road here today. Carter's got what are you doing this weekend? Are you tennis dad this weekend, or you got
No, my wife doesn't know this yet, but I've got a trip planned to Crowder Mountain near Charlotte. It's a great hike and just a good, the weather's just perfect for it now.
Oh, that's awesome.
The trees are changing colors, and we
Good
usually get out there around this time of the year. So Crowder Mountain, near Charlotte. Yeah, it's a great hike.
Did you get your running this morning? I know how much you love running.
Yep, on my Friday run. Yeah.
Good. I didn't, but on purpose. I'll tell you why. So I did a lift this morning because I'm going to be at a hotel gym this weekend, and I thought that the lifting wouldn't be as good. So I'll go for a run tomorrow, and I did my lift today. So that was my validation to myself. It was a late night last night, so I had a little slower morning. Yeah.
That sounds good. Well, enjoy the trip to the hockey.
Yes, I got a 5-hour drive today west.
Yeah,
and then settle in, and then we got a game tonight, and then an hour drive to the next community, and then come back on Sunday for Thanksgiving Sunday here in Canada.
Yeah, that travel hockey can be, a good way to see the country.
Yes, the flat countryside of Canada. Exactly it.
Yeah.
All right, pal. Listen, I appreciate you. I always love our Friday segment. I really enjoy this, so I'm really glad that you're able to give us this time. You have yourself an awesome time this weekend climbing at Crowder Mountain. Be safe, and look forward to chatting with you. I'll see you on SOAR along the way, okay?
All right, buddy. Thanks.
All right, pal. Take care. All right, Dr. Jon Petrocelli, our resident bullshit detector. Lots of love, man. I'm a huge fan of that man. Huge fan. I enjoy having him in here, and I know you guys enjoy his input as well. Good time. Keith, ask your father what kind of car he wants to drive this weekend and rent that. Oh, interesting. I'll do that. Absolutely, I will. Yes. 2 points is 2 points, but it's a long season. I'm with you, brother. Yeah, I'm with you there. And hey, see, we had plenty of rain this year. The leaves should stay on the trees into winter. Okay. All right, Jimmy, listen. So my bladder is calling, so let's do this, brother. Let's get to the community corner. And if you want to run right to the creator spotlight, Jimmy, we can do that too, so I can go empty the bladder, but we'll come back and we'll get to the community corner. Okay, pal? Let's do it.
Community Corner, where we connect YouTube, LinkedIn, and Substack on Mornings in the Lab. Today's all about identity and control, the two things that quietly determine whether you stay stuck or grow. We've got a fresh perspective on motivation from a guy named Brendan, a practical calm down formula from Brad Stulberg, and a wake-up call from Joshua Miller that'll make you rethink who you really are. Keith, stay away from the squirrels. Let's go.
Pretty good, eh, Jimmy? Yeah, baby. I'm fast. Woo, baby. All right, guys, we're at the Community Corner. Hey, did I say this already? You guys fans of that Jon Petrocelli segment? I know I am. I got an offer for you guys. You guys want to join as well? I love having the community part of the show. So we can add on. We can add on if you guys want to hang out and bring some contributions to the show. Let's make it happen. And yes, if you guys aren't on Sora, I got an invitation for you. It's in my pocket. I'll send it your way. Come join Tom, Richie, and I, the boy band. We're bringing it back. The band that never existed is coming back at it. You can catch up with us on the Sora stream. Come check out our new album, our new single, our new look. The band that never happened with Tom, Richie, and Keith Billis. Only exclusive on Sora. You can put us in your own band, too. Yeah. All right. Looks like it's time, according to Maya Reyes, to get into some Community Corner. All right, let's start off on YouTube, guys. Building a bridge between who you are and who you're becoming. It's funny because I built some bridges this morning over on Sora. Myself, the nun, and the fucking bikini girl were climbing up the bridge. Watch for that coming up today on the platform. Yep, true story. Hey, Brandon Burchard. Bouchard with the save. Roofie, remember Bouchard? Brandon Bouchard, the goalie? Fuck yeah. This is Brandon Burchard, I think. Yes, Melissa, there's a squirrel in front of me. Sorry. He says that discipline doesn't fail because you're weak. It fails because you can't see the fucking bridge between today's grind and tomorrow's identity. It's exactly what the words say. He breaks motivation into 7 levers you can actually score. Hey, good time. You know what, brother? I talked with my dad when I for my 40th, I took a bunch of folks to Vegas for an all expenses craziness there, man. And I took my dad on the track, man. We rented fucking Ferrari Testarossas, Aston Martins, Lamborghini Aventadors, a bunch of crazy cars. And because he's never in his whole life ever would have had the opportunity to do that. So that was fun. I was just thinking about I don't know why I was thinking about that right now when I'm supposed to be doing this right now. But I just was thinking about that trip to Vegas and we're driving cars. Yeah. Oh, so sorry. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to Substack, Jimmy. The 4 Ps that turned panic into power. Brad Stulberg. Well, Brad dropped a framework for keeping Uncle Keith in check. For anyone who spirals because of distractions. Yep, the 4 Ps. Pause, process, plan, proceed, and go for a piss. Melissa, I added the 5th one. It's a clean alternative to the usual panic and react cycle. You breathe. You name what you feel. You put your heat in your hands. What's the bonus lesson? Your media diet trains your reactivity. You scroll throughout the day and you'll wire your brain to explode faster. But I trade the feed for backs. I just can't even do it. Yeah, I'm some struggles here this morning. But listen, your peace of mind isn't missing. It's untrained. So ask yourself, nation, today, what are you wiring your brain for today? Sora? Grok? Yeah, it's true. It just kind of messes with your brain, makes you chase squirrels along the way. Yep. All right, so let's do this one. Let's go back to LinkedIn, where I know there's a guy named Joshua Miller who's hitting the nerve that most high performers ignore. That your identity can be your biggest cage. Yes. I'm not a leader. Nope. I'm not a speaker. Nope. That's not me. Nope. Those stories, they feel safe, but they're also handcuffs. He calls it the identity trap, protecting who you were at the cost of who you could be. What's he suggest? He suggests running an identity audit. Ask yourself, what belief am I defending that no longer serves me? Yeah, maybe it's time to change your underwear. Maybe you're just sick of wearing the red ones. Like, nah, maybe I gotta go put a blue pair on. No, maybe I'll go put a red and blue pair on. Maybe I'll just go and listen. Oh, one email, one conversation, one human being at a time. Because that evolution actually might be the greatest thing that we could do. One small listening step at a time, instead of one small betrayal of the old self at a time. Maya, walk me out of here, kid.
Your habits, reactions, and identity all come down to one question. Are you in control of your life or just running on autopilot? If you've got a story that pushes the conversation forward, follow Mornings in the Lab and tag us in your next LinkedIn, Substack, or YouTube post to get featured on the next Community Corner.
Have you ever felt your entire world collapse in an instant, forcing you to question everything you thought you knew about stability and success? He'd built the kind of life most people only dream about, guiding others through wild mountains, chasing sunrise above the clouds.
Then one split-second crash on a snowboard changed everything. A traumatic brain injury that brought his world to a halt.
But healing sparked invention. He blended wilderness wisdom with systems thinking, proving that clarity can scale as fast as ambition.
Today, we're shining the light on Derek McDonald, a former wilderness guide who turned pain into purpose. Today, his work reaches readers in 32 countries, proving that structure and stillness can scale better than stress. His story reminds us that rebuilding isn't retreat, it's redesign. Sometimes the best systems start where certainty ends.
Hey, Derek McDonald. I know a guy named Derek McDonald. I do. I worked with the guy for a while. But Melissa, this is not the same Derek McDonald. I wonder if it's a common name. Derek McDonald? Just curious. But I think the guy I knew, his name is Derek McDonald. Like Ronald McDonald. Speaking of Ronald McDonald, you guys see me in Sora. I am out there with Ronald McDonald dancing around on the Eiffel Tower. Yeah, Uncle Keith's out there. But anyways, Derek McDonald. You know how some guys chase peak performance? Like the handsome chief? That's me. Well, Derek had it. Yeah. Literally, the guy lived in the mountains. True story. But then one accident rewired everything. Yeah. And instead of breaking, he rebuilt. Slower, smarter, stronger. Yeah. And what I love about Derek is he's not selling do less. He's showing us how to do it better. But I wonder, Petro, if he has evidence. Because if he has no evidence, all this is fucking meaningless. Yep, sorry. Just being truthful. No evidence, no business. But what Derek says is that as he shows us to do it better, he calls this mental wealth. Going from wilderness guide to systems consultant, from burnout to balance, from chaos to clarity. I see you, Global. Yeah, a group of squirrels is actually called a scurry or a dray. Good club in Vegas called Dre. Man, I got a fucking story there, man. Back in the olden days, going to Dre's in Vegas. Woo, baby. D-R-A-I-S, though. Yeah, different one than the one you're talking about. Yeah. Technically a solitude of animals. Well, I'll tell you right now, at the Dre nightclub in Vegas was not a solitude of animals. Nope. A lot of animals. I don't know how solitude it was, though. Yeah. But anyways, Derek McDonald, from chaos to clarity. Yep. need to get my shit together. Yeah, I'm sitting that in my head right now because I got to get the fuck out of here. I got to get on the road. You'll want to listen to Becoming Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John. Oh, sorry. You'll want to listen to Becoming Unobstructed with Derek MacDonald. Yeah, MacDonald. Jon Petrocelli says, Becoming Unobstructed sounds wonderful. I agree. So listen, check out Derek. Well, here's the thing. Derek MacDonald, I got a warning for you, though. Jon Petrocelli is going to get your book. He's only going to read half of it. So maybe we got to shorten our book so Petro reads all of them. Maybe that's the learning from Jon Petrocelli, you guys, is that if we wrote shorter books, Jon would read the whole book. That's what we learned from Petro today. Good time. That's it. Write shorter books so we can read the whole book. Hey, Derek, I got an invitation for you. Melissa, we're all about offering nuggets here on the show. If our authors would write shorter books, then we would have the time to read the whole book. Yeah, just I'm telling you. Maybe we'd have shorter classes. Guys, I am not just the fucking handsome chief. Not just the handsome chief. Nope, I got brains in this head here, offering lots of good nuggets throughout the day. All right, Derek MacDonald, my team wants to get the hell out of here because they're like, hey, when are we getting out of here? I don't know. We're going to get out of here now.
True motherfucking story! Mornings in the Lab, 8 a.m. YouTube live!
I love it. Hey, Derek, I got the closer starting up here because I'm going to get to the outro. But before I do that, we'd love to have you on the show, Derek MacDonald. This is the morning circus that we call Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and Friends. And we just wrapping up the Community Corner segment with you and the Creator Spotlight, Derek MacDonald. And hey, my brother, a lot of fun with you, but we'd love to have you on the show because I know there's somebody in your orbit that you have a lot of admiration for, you'd love to celebrate. And we'd love to do it with you. So, Derek, I got an invitation. Come join me on Mornings in the Lab. I'm going to give you the Creator Spotlight so you can shine on somebody in a future episode of Mornings in the Lab. Guys, I appreciate all of you. What a lot of fun here today. Bernard, appreciate you, brother. I just saw your note. I'm sorry you're having some back spasms, man. Hopefully you can get that sorted out here today. Maybe just go do a couple puffs and sort out that. There's my little advice for you today. Go do a couple tugs on the old blunt. Might make you feel a little bit better. True story. Yeah. Hey, that's a wrap for this week. And in less than 40 some odd hours, we'll probably be back here again. We all will. We started this morning with almonds versus walnuts. We found a $3 organizing hack. We had Alana Tart on the show about listening. Yep. And we got to the Creator Spotlight, and we took a nostalgic spin through the 80s household classics. Bernard, if you missed that one, that was a lot of fun, man. We debated whether hustle culture, we didn't get to that. We had Jon Petrocelli on the show here today as well. Man, a lot of fun here today, guys. We had Matt Rufy on the show. We had Lady Drew. We had Global. Petro was here today. Good time. Michael Global. Bernard. Hayseed. Lauren was here. We got the whole gang. Melissa, Jimmy. Maya Reyes. Guys, we're back on Monday. We're back on Monday. And going to get back after it. If you haven't found me on Sora, please come find me on Sora. We can make some content together. And if you haven't hit like, subscribe, or drop a comment, we want you to be part of the conversation. I will see you guys in the Mornings in the Lab community. And until the next one, keep showing up, keep stacking the wins. We'll see you 8 o'clock Eastern time, Monday, Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and Friends.
We are calling bullshit. Live on Mornings in the Lab at 8 a.m. Wasps in your figs. True story.